Here we are at part 7 of the Easiest Banjo Roll. I've got two things to talk about today. The first one is going to be a couple of new chord shapes to follow up on what we did in the previous lesson in part 6. If you haven't watched that, you can go back and check it out. Another thing I want to talk about is playing the 7-note roll with a different starting finger. In our last lesson, we learned that we have, beyond the open G chord, we have the 2-finger C chord here, useful for when we're doing a 5-2-1 roll with the right hand or picking hand. If we take that C chord up 2 frets, we have a D chord. Writing the second and first strings at the 5th fret, we have a C chord. And at the 7th fret, we have a D chord. And finally, at the 8th and 9th fret, using the same form or shape that we use down here for C and D, we come all the way up to a higher G chord. The two chords here, C and D, at the 5th and 7th frets, are based on the full bar chord. And that's just called our open G shape because when you strum the strings open, if you're tuned to standard tuning, you've got a G, a D, a G, a B, and a D, which forms an open G chord. This means that anytime you're barring, you have a major chord. In our case, we were only using the 2 strings because we were playing a 5-2-1. Later on, when we get to full 4-stringed rolls, you might have to make a full bar chord. There's one more shape that's missing. We call it the F shape. Think of this as being the C chord. But for the F chord, we take this finger off or we move it up. Most people just use the pinky to get up here at the 3rd fret, 1st string. It's a bit of a stretch when you're starting. And it gets easier as you go up the neck because the frets get closer together. So it's a useful chord shape, and combined with the last 2 that we learned, the C shape or D shape and the bar shape or G shape, this one kind of completes the trifecta of the 3 major chord shapes that you need. And you can go up and down the neck and find the G, C, D or any other major chord in several different positions. For this F, partial F chord, we're going to move it 2 frets up. Can you guess what that is? It's a G. That's your F. That's an F sharp with a G added, so that's a pretty dissonant chord. And then you have G. So now we have a G in 3 different places. We have the open G. We have the G using the F shape at the 3rd and 5th frets of the 2nd and 1st strings. And we have the G up here using our index finger and ring finger at the 2nd string 8th fret and the 1st string 9th fret. Let's do a quick exercise using G to G to G. Okay, I'm going to use the 7-note roll on each of these. We'll take it nice and slow without the strum machine to start off with. We're going to do a 5-2-1 roll. 1, 2, 3, 4. Open G. Do it twice. Get ready for our new G shape here. Again. Our G up here. And here's the final bonus G. If you go up to your double dots here, you have completed an octave, which means that if you're playing the two open strings here, if you play the two strings here, fretted, you have the exact same chord. So that's 4 places for your G chord. You can continue that up the neck a couple other places, but that's enough for now. So here's our new shape. It's this here. So if that's a G and we want to bring it up to a C, we need to go up 5 frets or half steps. We'll cover the music theory in another video, but if you understand this, then you know it's G. This would be a G sharp. This would be an A, and an A sharp, and then a B, and then there's no sharp between B and C, so you just go up 1 fret from B to C, and there you are with the C. Let's play it. I'm on the 8th and 10th fret of the 2nd and 1st strings. 1, 2, here we go. We can take this up 2 frets to get to D. 2, 3, 4. It may seem a bit overwhelming at first, but remember, you're only using 3 forms to get these 7 or 8 chords that we just ran through, okay? You're using the open form or bar, flat bar form. You're using the D shape and you're using the F shape. And we're simplifying that by just playing 2 string chords. Let's go through from 0 to 12 our G, C's, and D's, all right? I'll talk you through it.